Ready?
Hey everyone! Well, after last month of fat people on beaches, Tyler Perry, and Tupac movies, we're going back to the more normal stuff this month.
The ancient, unrealistic.
Sword and sorcery.
Woo.
Now,
This is the first one. Oh boy.
if I may steal something that Snob said regarding ET ripoffs, there are so many sword and sorcery movies all throughout the days, from theatrical to direct to video to foreign to ripoffs to modern day to whatever, that we could do 365 days of sword and sorcery fantasy films,
No.
and we
I
still
don't think I could take it.
and we still wouldn't cover all of them. So we're just gonna review 5, starting with.
I thought we were doing 4.
No, there's 5. There's 5 Fridays in March.
Fudge, why'd that happen?
So here we are. With our first movie.
Oh.
Starring Miles O'Keefe and directed by what was his name? David Hills.
I don't know.
That's Joe D'Amato in English.
Ator the Invincible.
Hold on.
What?
It's Ator the Fighting Eagle. Duh.
Okay, Ator the Fighting Eagle.
Actually, its working title was called Fantasy. Duh.
Fantasy Island.
It wouldn't shock me if Joe D'Amato ripped that off.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So it's 3 for the price of 1.
oh, just wait until we get into the later movies.
Oh boy.
Minor backstory. 1980. I'm gonna basically quote Snob here. 1982, Conan the Barbarian, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, was pillaging through the box office and killing and wearing the suits of other films as trophy gear. Joe D'Amato, a blacklisted European director, thought, hey, there's deserts here in Europe. I'm sure I can find some dude with muscles that needs $10 and a sandwich. I'll make my
Every
own.
day of filming.
Upwards of 2 sandwiches per movie. I'm sure I can find some dude with muscles. I'm sure there's some chick who knows who I am that'll date me just to get a role. I'll make my own Conan. And make it he did, starting the year of Conan, 1982, with whatever you can technically call this movie, which...
Ator.
Yeah, it's Ator, but it's not Conan. It reminds me more of Hercules.
The Disney Hercules?
No, it reminded me more of the Hercules movies from
I don't know.
From Rennie Harlan. The Legend of Hercules movie with oh god, I can't remember. Oh jeez.
Okay.
What's his
Should
name?
we talk about the movie while you think about it? Okay. Here we start out. There is this Dakar.
The Spider King.
Played it by Dakar.
Is
A
this
lot of imagination there.
Is this what made John Peters realize that spiders are scary, and that's why he put a spider in Wild Wild West?
I don't know.
He also
These
wanted.
look like tarantulas.
He also wanted Kevin Smith's Superman to fight a spider, because he said spiders are scary to people.
Well, I don't think I would like a tarantula crawling all over me and my bald head or whatever. I don't have one, but yeah.
Come on, your hairpiece.
Stop.
Your wig, it looks fine, okay? It's okay.
Okay. So anyway, he has this eagle in his palace, and the eagle.
Kellen Lutz. That's who it is.
The eagle started bleeding. So then he knew something was wrong. So Torin, who is Ator's
Father or stepfather?
father, I think.
Okay.
Um, when the eagle's eye bled, then he was like, there is an heir to Torin. So he wanted all the children killed. But I would think he would go for men, but he went for both. I don't know why. Even killed ladies that were pregnant. Yeah. And the soldiers were really like,
and they were on horses, right?
well, yeah, at first.
I made the joke like, did Joe D'Amato reuse these horses for 2020 Texas Gladiators?
Maybe.
They might have even been the same. They might have even been the same people on horses too in that movie.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know for sure. I don't remember the other movie. I remember the title.
2020 Texas Gladiators.
I remember that title. Okay. Anyway.
Such a misleading poster.
So then all of his men went out and killed. So in the meantime, this lady that did give birth to Ator, a man came and took the baby to protect it. So he took the baby and he went to a village. But first he covered his birthmark with talcum powder, baby powder, something. And when he rubbed it on, his birthmark disappeared.
Not a terrible effect.
I have a
theory that it was a temporary tattoo, like one of those lick and stick things.
But you would have had to rub a little bit harder to get it off.
I don't know if you have flour.
I think it was more like a peel-on that they kind of were rubbing peel it off.
Oh, and
but anyway, it disappeared.
About the thing about like killing people, including pregnant people. Yeah, that's a Joe D'Amato trademark. However, people, we should warn you, this movie is rated PG, which means all of the gore, and I am not making this up, is like if you had a thing of like tomatoes, is if you had a spoon of tomato soup and you just gently dripped it down. That might be more gore than.
Maybe. So anyway,
she's not the biggest fan of gore. So whenever there was a death scene, that it was like one of those where it was like off camera. It was like, okay, I'm gonna use this sword and I'm gonna slice you. It would be like that to where it's off camera. Every time that happened, I would look to Kay and be like, are you okay with the gore in this movie?
So anyway, then he found a village, and he found a couple that had a baby already. So then he instructed them to raise this boy as their own.
He falls in love with someone that...
the sister.
He thinks is his sister, so...
But it's not actually his sister.
I mean, hey, not judging, I guess.
But didn't he say, father, back then, if the father granted it, you could marry your sister, which, Lord help the babies.
Joe D'Amato has had worse relationships in his movies. All I'll say is that some of them do not involve humans. That's all I'll say.
Oh, yuck. That's enough. That's enough said.
And his movies, some of them involve more gore than this, so... Say what you will about this movie, I kind of know your taste a little bit.
Yeah, think.
Oh, would you rather see one of those other ones?
No.
I thought so.
Okay. So then, the soldiers, the bleeding eye again.
Of the eagle.
Of the eagle.
By the way, that's pretty much the only reason why this is called Ator the Fighting Eagle. Even though he doesn't fight an eagle. What did you say it should have been called?
I don't remember.
You said something about a spider?
Oh, with the spiders.
Ator versus the spider.
Spider-Man. Spider King.
Spider King. Ator versus the Spider King. That would have been a better title, maybe.
Maybe.
Or Ator and the Bear.
Yeah, he gave a little cub bear to his future bride. That was his gift to her. And that bear followed him all around.
It was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
That
Even
bear,
got the stones, help get the stones away from the cave.
That bear was more helpful than half our cats.
So anyway, now, since the eagle's eye was bleeding again, then he sent him out again looking because Ator, Torny's heir, had to be killed before he became a man.
And this is just my opinion, but Ator kind of looks like, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze in the face a little like Fabio.
Yeah, the nose and yeah.
Minus the bird blood from riding that coaster.
Okay.
You don't remember that story?
Anyway, you can tell me about it later. Let's finish this.
You rode a coaster, a bird hit a camera, and then the blood squirted on him, so when he came back, it looked like he had broken his nose.
Okay. Can we continue with the movie? Oh, we've got a few more to watch, remember? Oh.
4 more this month.
Oh, God, help me. Please help me.
Oh, you'd rather watch Anthropophagus, which is about a cannibal?
No, let's just get this done, okay?
So, anyway, he gets separate. There's like stock footage of a deer.
Yeah.
And his girl Ator. Wait, no. How he
has to get caught in the rope.
And I'm like, man, we didn't need Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman. Where it's pretty much just like a kingdom. Well, okay, it's
the outskirts.
It's kind of like a. It's kind of like a. It was like a very inappropriate director besides Michael Bay. It would be like if Harvey Weinstein directed Wonder Woman, because...
Let's not discuss his name, okay? Let's get done with this movie. How about that? Can we stick to the facts here?
Okay, it would be like if Katherine Heigl wrote a Wonder Woman movie, because in this, it's like a group of like 7 females. They have a name, I don't remember them. I don't remember the name of their group. Basically, their goal is to catch Ator.
But they didn't know who he was.
And then 4 of them have to do like...
They battle to be the one that's going to have sex with him so they can be pregnant with his child.
Katherine Heigl gives it 5 stars as the best female representation she's seen in a movie.
For real?
Have you seen her movies?
Okay. If you want to just go off on a tangent, I'll just
So
walk
anyway,
away.
One of them kind of falls for him and kind of saves him.
And then he tells her exactly what his plan is to go save his future bride at the kingdom of the spider, whatever it is.
And meanwhile, she goes into a cave that has like an erosion or something.
Well, she was following the deer in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a hallucination or Well, it wasn't really. It was like she saw a deer, but it wasn't there.
An illusion?
An illusion, yeah.
So anyway, the bear helps get her out of the...
Get her into the cave.
No, get her out of the cave.
No, the bear, not the deer. You said the deer helps her.
No, I said the bear.
Oh, I thought you said deer. Okay, sorry.
I didn't know bears could do that. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Well,
you know
he
what?
was pulling on the rocks.
I'm willing to
the
take
smaller rocks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while this is going on, there's like this. Is she Medusa?
Hmm. She was a sorcerer. Is Medusa a sorcerer?
She's like Medusa, but without the snake hair, pretty much.
But she did have a snake.
That's when I asked Kay, like, would you rather hold a tarantula or a snake?
Ooh.
Well, if you hold it, if chances are it was like a boa or a python or something.
I don't care.
It doesn't have
Little
a fang.
snakes. Little snakes. This was wrapped
It
around
doesn't.
her.
It doesn't have a fang. It doesn't have fangs, so it couldn't like kill you.
It could swallow you, strangle you, and swallow you.
Yeah, do this.
Not if you're under its trance. Anyway.
That's a cobra!
So she
I
says,
think.
I will show you your bride. And then she throws all this dust and sand into the fire, and he sees her when she goes.
With the Spider King.
Right. She goes up to the Spider King, and she lets the spider crawl on her. And, ooh.
Hey, they earned their paycheck. So anyway, she's trying to seduce the sorceress is trying to seduce Ator.
And she will keep him alive
And-
as long as he satisfies her needs.
So now it's Lady Terminator. So
Well, she turns into such an ugly thing.
that's
You
where the
can't
Medusa
take-
comes in because
Right, you can't take the drape off of the mirror.
because she saw her reflection and she turned into like Gollum.
So Lady Ator figured it out, shot an arrow at the drape, and then she looks at herself and she's, ah!
And the fact that we said Ator versus the giant spider, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, Ator fights a giant spider.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I was originally thinking that this was like that it was just like a real spider that they put on like a miniature display and just zoomed in. But no, this is like a big giant spider, and I was like,
Yeah, and I can't understand why that sword wouldn't cut off the 8 limbs to slow it down.
well, that's because Ator saw Disney's Hercules and saw what
Oh,
happens
it was
when
a
you chop Hydra.
A cardboard sword or
Probably.
plastic sword. So finally he figures out to jab it in the face.
Well, you know,
right between the eyes.
Joe D'Amato has used real bones in movies, so it wouldn't shock me if he also used a real sword.
Mm. Okay.
And they live happily ever after, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Lady Ator was in it for the gold and jewels. I don't know if she ever got any.
Would you recommend this movie?
No. It's dumb.
Is
It's
it fun dumb? Or is
No,
it just
it's-
boring dumb?
yes.
So it's
You got it. Boring
so it's kind
dumb.
of like 2020 Texas Gladiators.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember the title, but I don't
Okay,
remember
it's
that.
like
Okay.
Robo Vampire.
Yes. Okay.
And half this movie felt. It wouldn't shock me if it was dubbed because it was all in Italy. No offense, Italians. Join us next time when. Hey! They made a sequel!
Okay.
Bye.